It's your guy who is never lying, sometimes defiant. TP Way the Giant.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs.
Sometimes defiant, sometimes defiant, sometimes defiant.
Hey, Shooter, you at home right now? Get back in there. I will kick you.
Sometimes defiant, sometimes defiant.
It's your guy.
What you gotta say to the camera?
Yes, sir. TP Way the Giant.
Go on as all you want to. He's built for this shit. We don't fold, motherfuckers. We don't fucking fold.
Son, I got you better than this.
Sometimes defiant, sometimes defiant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all already know where I'm going, man. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. We are on a mission. We are definitely trying to make sure that this Giants Nation thing stays together and that this army that we building just becomes stronger and stronger. So we need to make sure that y'all are as active as you possibly can be, okay? If you love what we're doing, I appreciate your feedback, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We already got a comment real quick. Taquan Lewis, what's up, Giant? Luke
Going on, big dog?
Yo,
man, thank you for tuning in, my brother. Thank you for tuning in. We got a good one for you today. Listen, man, we have the Giant Way. We have the Giant Way, who is somebody y'all are going to love. If you are not already, please make sure you are subscribed to the Giant Way. My man David is here with us. David, how you feeling, man?
What's going on, fellas? I'm doing all right, man. I'm happy to get back to this second episode. You know,
yo, Jorge, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I swear we did not plan this. I got on, he got on, and we just on the same type of time today. For some reason, he got his Kayvon Thibodeau joint. I just picked out this shirt. I don't know what it is, man. But yes, we also have my guy Jorge, man, my brother, someone who you have to subscribe. He does all New York sports, man. The 330 crew, Giant salute to y'all. If y'all are tuned in, Born for Sports. Jorge, what up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Feeling blessed. I'm glad to be back for episode 2. We was just talking. Felt like a long time, but and it was just 1 week.
Yup.
Chopping up with y'all as always.
For sure. Nah, I definitely couldn't wait for the next episode, man, because it just seems like, it's like when we take, it was just a week, and it just seems like when we take that break, so much shit happens, man. So much shit happens. You know what I mean? I'm sitting back every time I'm looking at something, I'm like, I hope they seen this shit right here. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But let's get into it, man. Y'all see the title, man. We just want to touch bases with the Giants fan base, man. We kind of want to see what everybody's temperature is like right now. We know it's just all over the place. You know, I actually said it a little earlier this week, man. It just seems like I have to talk crazier to Giants fans, some Giants fans, than I do to like rivals. And it's just, the air is just thick right now, man. It's a tough time, man. But when it's all said and done, it all comes down to the play on the field. So I just wanted to kick this thing off with a true or false type situation. And these are just like standard thoughts about the Giants. Y'all tell me if y'all believe in it or not. All right,
let's do it, baby.
Y'all ready to get into it?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Sure.
All right, let's get it. The first one, man. Let's just start with the defense, man. The first one is true or false. We will have the best defensive line in the NFC East, man. Let's start with the Giant Way, man. Talk to us.
I'm gonna say true. I just feel like the combination of Dexter Lawrence and then Brian Burns, I feel like them two gonna be our staples on the defensive line, and everything else that comes with that, Kayvon, Azeez, that's just all a plus. So hopefully, you know, they can come and eat. I feel like there's nobody that can really stop us for real. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on the same type of time, yo. And I'm trying to remind myself, like, yo, maybe you should calm down a little bit. And then we're gonna talk about it. But
definitely, yeah. Just because we ain't seen Brian Burns yet, so
yeah, we haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with y'all, man. I definitely agree with y'all.
Okay,
man.
okay.
Listen, this is where I'm at with it, man. This defensive line in the NFC East for all 14, especially I would say the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants. Washington's up and coming. They're always going to be around. But the way I look at it is like this: we got these guys entering or in their prime right now, and you got Dex. And we talked about this last week. Besides Chris Jones, best DT in the game to me, the best. And he's been working with less around him for a couple of years.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So now you add Burns on that other side. This man is an athletic freak. He's got the bend on the edge. He's got the relentless motor. He's gonna fit in perfect with this team. And then Kayvon on the other side, you know, he could continue to keep developing and honing his game and hopefully setting that edge better.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Right. But at the end of the day, the talent is there, man. And this Giant defensive line, I think by the end of the year, I would say probably after the bye week, they're gonna get a lot of talk about they're the best. They're the best in that division. No doubt about it in my mind.
That's what I'm looking for, man.
Health is always the biggest thing, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you know what? When it comes to health, I choose not to even factor that, because even though we know it's going to come, you know, it's something that you can't dodge. It's the NFL, like you said. I choose not to factor it because you just don't know where it's going to be. And on top of that, I don't even like to think that way because I ain't gonna lie, I get scared. You know what I mean?
Bad juju.
Yo, we know how it is to get bit by that injury bug, man. So it's just like I don't even like even talking about it. You know?
Forget all that. I feel like we finna be the best. Like,
let's talk about it. Wait, talk about it, baby.
I can't help it. Like, I get it. Like, it's obviously football at the end of the day. But man, we gonna be the pressure. Like it's coming, man. This time with not blitzing, but with 4. Like that's the key. Not sending extra people. We gonna be able to do it with 4.
I agree.
Can y'all imagine if we actually get a healthy Azeez Ojulari to go with all that?
Exactly, because man,
and that's what I'm excited.
Azeez is a dog for real.
No, he doesn't have
that talent.
He doesn't have to play every snap now.
Right.
So no, I'm like, yo, come on. This is all lining up to me. It's all cooked up.
Push
to be
him back
nice
into that rotational. Push him back into that rotational mix, especially on third downs, those exotic packages. Hey, listen, we remember NASCAR. We remember that NASCAR package.
Yeah.
I mean, why we can't use that talent if Azeez can show he can stay healthy with these dogs out there, man? Let Bowen go to work, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We say, hey, look, and I think that freedom is given to him. You know, when we watch the Hard Knocks, and you know, you just watch how that conversation unfolds with the coaches and Bowen. It sounds like they're like, look. Here's the keys to the car. You know, go take it. Tyquan, really for real. Tyquan Lewis agrees with us, man. He says, I believe our defense will shock the NFL this season. I love this, man. Let me tell you why. Like I was kind of saying earlier, I love this because our fan base can be so divided, man. And everybody is not having the same energy that we have it right now. They not on this type of time. So the fact that we all on this same page,
that's what losing does, man. Sometimes that losing for so long just it drives that wedge. Everybody wants the same thing, but everybody feels like their way of thinking is the better way. It's just the way it goes, man.
That's a fact.
For me as a fan, it's just like once the season's over, like how can you not think positive? Like why you want to focus on the negative? Like once the season over, it's nothing but positive from this point on because now we have the opportunity to change what messed us up last season. So I feel like everything was addressed that that we had issues with, especially on the defense.
Yeah, true story.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe in this train of thought, but I'm gonna tell you what people are thinking. People are thinking, listen, there's been times where I believed in this team, and every year it seems like they have been disappointing me. That is their train of thought. That's what they're telling me.
Yeah, and, I mean that's fair.
It's
Can't
one of
blame
those.
them, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like I understand it. I understand it. You know what I mean?
That's what
I don't
losing
agree
does,
with
man.
it. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it.
I'm one of them delusional fans. I don't care. Like when I look at our schedule, I see all W's. You can't tell me there's gonna be an L on there.
Well, listen, I think what it is too, speaking from a fan's point of view, I just think that us as Giant fans, we've been so used to. I'm not saying we've been the most winningest franchise in our lives, but we have been one of those franchises that, you know what, they find a way to get a Lombardi here. They find a way to get. Listen, the stats and the facts are the facts. We the only franchise that has won a Lombardi in the last 4 decades. Bottom line, no other team can say that, and you got other successful franchises right now for a while that can't say that. The Patriots,
that's a fact.
They've been. You know what I'm saying? The Niners, all those teams, Cowboys, we all know about them, bro.
Yeah.
But we know they a bunch of pretenders anyway. But you know what I'm trying to say, though? So it's like we're so used to having success eventually. This down period that we've been on, besides 2022, it's been tough for a lot of fans to digest. Two playoff appearances, 2016, 2022. And since the 2011 Super Bowl, that's not who we supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it causes that hope to fade eventually with certain fans. But that's why we here. We trying to bring that back up.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Speaking of who we supposed to do, who we supposed to be, that's why I will answer true to the fact that we will have the best D-line in the NFC East. Right. I will say true because I feel like we are getting back to the essence of who we are. Absolutely. We are getting back to that defense. You're going to know about our defense. You
that's
know what
exciting,
I mean?
Man. That's
exciting. I know, man. And that's
Giants defensive line come through, man. That's something serious.
Man,
it's going to be a movie, bro. I'm telling you,
man,
once Dex and these guys gel like we've been talking about, man, and Burns does what he's supposed to do. And mind you, people forgetting Burns is young. Thibodeau's young. Dex is young. These dudes can get better.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm going to tell you what, man. Speaking of Burns, I'm going to tell you what I did this week, man. When I was at work, I watched this video that was titled 18 Minutes of Brian Burns Highlights.
I watched
it too. That shit almost made me buy a jersey.
Low key, for real. For real.
Hey, I was this close. That joint almost made me buy a jersey, man. Like,
I was so close from buying his jersey too, man.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that moment. That's all. Waiting for that giant moment to be had, man. Because hey, listen, you could just picture, and I didn't even see that highlight, but I've seen him play the game as like y'all have. You could just see MetLife going crazy on third down.
Turn it up.
Turning up, bro.
It's all
so loud.
Them third and longs that they used to get on us. No, sir. No, sir. We are coming to hunt. We are coming to hunt. Tyquan Lewis says, I am ready for the regular season to get here. I'm ready to go to Giants versus Vikings game. I'm ready for that matchup. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a great one.
I can't wait to be there, man.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to go to that game or not, man. I'm really trying to figure it out.
Hey, look, it's only right, man, because you did.
Come through, Way. Let me know. We gonna chop it up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's only right. You went to the playoff joint when we played the Vikings.
I know.
It worked out. Yeah,
you may have
to make that trip for sure.
We gonna see.
All right, y'all. So we all on agreement on that one, man. Let's move on to the next one. True or false? Our secondary will underperform. Our secondary will underperform. Jorge, I'll let you kick this bad boy off, man.
You know, that's an interesting question because I really like the pieces in the secondary. I love that Nubin pick in the second round this year to replace Xavier. I think, you know, as obvious, he's a rookie DB. Rookie DBs are going to have their ups and downs and struggles and stuff like that. But I think he's going to be one of those guys that Giant fans are going to really appreciate the way he plays the game. Hard-nosed, ball hawk, tough, plays both sides, the run and the pass. Like, he's going to be, and he's a leader too. And I think he'll eventually grow into that leadership role in that secondary. But I will say this, the key to this, and it's probably an obvious statement, but the key to this secondary is going to be the development of Banks, because he's going to be the guy that's going to be drawing that number one receiver every week. And we know it. They know it. It's got to be a jump. It's got to be a jump. He went through his ups and downs. I thought he played pretty good as a rookie, considering he was a rookie corner last year. You know, you know, he showed toughness. He showed that he wasn't afraid to mix it up with the number ones. And when he got beat, he learned from it and he moved on to the next play. That's all you can ask for. So he's going to be the key. Pinnock is another guy I like. Ball hawking. He really showed me something last year that he has some talent there. And my guy, Flott, I'm hoping he make a jump because I really like that kid from LSU.
Me too, man.
I really did.
Too.
I really do.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I love Deonte Banks, man. I love the way he plays the game. I love his approach to the game. I love the aggressiveness, but I wish that I could see him play that secondary role just another year. Just another year. I would like to see him just, you know, get that under his belt. It's not that I like his play. It's nothing that he necessarily did too much, because I really think he had a great rookie season. But I just think there are some things that you just can't coach, which is I felt like at times I've watched him just get a little too confident, and that kind of hurt him just a little bit. Now I love his confidence with saying that, but again, I feel like we negate all of that if he could just one more year play that secondary corner position. But there's been reports. I'm not even going to say a name because, you know, I don't know, man. When it comes to the Giants, anytime there's a report going out there, it just never happens. So like there's been reports that we out there looking for another corner, so I'm excited about that. There's
due diligence. Due diligence.
Yeah,
I think it's the right thing to do. You know, you want a veteran at least on the other side that can, you know, hold his own and stuff like that. You know, honestly, as much as I like Flott and these guys, these young guys, they're not proven. So I can't fault Shane for doing that. It actually would be a smart move to do it.
And he mentioned, you know, I mentioned this when I did the Hard Knocks review. Shane mentioned in a way that there was no corner presence to fill that spot, because there was a time in the Hard Knocks where he was saying, listen, how y'all feel about Burns? Because we can get Burns and we can do this. And he was like, I'll play corner, you know, and that already told me that, okay, he understands that corner position may need some attention. But yeah, I'm gonna say false. I'm gonna say false that our secondary will underperform, because I just ultimately I believe it's gonna start up front. That defensive line is gonna make it a lot easier for our secondary. You mentioned Jason Pinnock. We already know, man, he is so underrated. He can make some plays.
Right.
I believe in Deonte Banks. So I believe that, you know, it would all come together.
I agree with you, man.
Because it starts up front.
Yeah. Until they get that second guy, I think it is false. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Hold on, but David, before you go, let me just read this real quick. Tyquan Lewis says, Banks is a dog. He's going to be good. I'm not worried about Banks. And I like the Tyler Nubin pick too. And I hope Dane Belton get more snaps though. And Flott is also going to be good. Yes, sir. Yeah. I agree with you, man. I agree with you, man.
So I'm gonna have to say false, because I feel like we really gonna perform pretty well. Like talking about Banks, you know, we obviously see that he cares about his craft, because, you know, just looking at him physically, you can tell like there was there was a change. So with that,
Oh yeah,
that tells me that he's locked in and he really
Yeah.
wants to be that shutdown corner.
Right.
As far as Dane Belton, I really think he's going to get a lot of opportunity. I feel like he'll get way more opportunities than Newbin. I'm not really expecting to see Newbin too much this season. If I'm just being honest, I really feel like they want him to sit back and learn, just because Belton, when he's in the game, he get turnovers. So I mean, I feel like they're them playing for them snaps is going to be a lot of competition. And then one person that we're not talking about that's going to be in the secondary now is Isaiah Simmons in that nickel and money role. And I feel like with his frame being in those zones where the slants are coming through or those quick ends, that could be a pick six, to the crib. So I feel like. And with him blitzing too, because you really don't know when he's coming, because he's going to be on the field at all times.
That's what I
love
can't wait to see.
Yeah,
I like when
you really think Dane Belton's going to get that starting role over Newbin?
I mean, I think so, man. I don't see why he wouldn't. I feel like he's the more experienced guy. Newbin has to earn his keep. I mean, it's just what it comes down to it. And I feel like we should honor the guys that have been here. That's just me.
I just feel like my counter to that would be, when you're a second round pick, that's a high equity draft pick, man. So eventually they expect you to get on that field. Right. So I think you're probably right. Maybe he'll probably start before Newbin gets in there, but I think eventually they'll have to see, what he has.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just gonna say. I expect to see Belton early on in the season, and then Newbin later on in the season once he starts getting into it and being a pro week to week. You know what I mean?
I think, if Belton, what's that? The grass, the lawnmower?
Nah, it's just a car going by.
Oh,
that, fellas.
I think if we see Belton, these first games, I think something didn't go right in training camp. I think that spot wasn't necessarily earned. But you know what? I tell you one thing, man. Like, training camp doesn't excite me too much when it comes to new players, because these past few years, I remember a year when Darnell Holmes, that's all they was talking about in training camp, how he was intercepting. He was having an interception damn near every day. And they were speaking on Darnell Holmes. And then when the season got here, it didn't translate. I think it was last year. Last year they brought up what's my guy from ODU? I'm having a brain freeze.
The corner. Yeah.
Trey
Hawkins.
There we go. Hawkins.
Trey Hawkins.
Yeah. They brought up Trey Hawkins. He was having a really good camp. One-handers, showing the highlights of that. And then when it came, Trey Hawkins was pissing me off.
I think it was the system, though, because I felt like Wink was just doing too much.
One thing I could tell you,
doing too much.
The system don't got nothing to do with Trey Hawkins closing his eyes when he's tackling Justin Jefferson, That shit was pissing me off, man.
I remember that too.
It was it was like he just was like, I don't know, man.
Like that meme says, F it, someone's there.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly, Exactly. He was pissing me off with that. And he come from ODU, VA thing. So I was rooting for him. But he was pissing me off with that. But
still developed though.
Yeah.
Give him some time. He's got some talent there. Maybe
right.
Maybe a year out of his system. Yeah. Better coaching and so forth. Maybe he'll be a better fit this one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think we all are in agreement. Again, I think we all say false for that one. Let's go to this one. We will be proficient in stopping the run. David, go ahead, man. What you got?
I'm gonna say true, just because they, as we've seen in Hard Knocks, that they were putting an emphasis on it, or at least talking about it. And that was a big reason why Dave's hired Bowen. So I think we definitely gonna put some emphasis on it, and it's not gonna be so easy to run on us.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm gonna be real. That is the one thing about our defense that I'm more like, okay, what are we gonna look like? You know what I mean? What are we gonna
Same.
be?
Mhm.
But with the linebackers, bro, that we have, I mean, it's not gonna be their fault. I know that. It's just, are we gonna clog up that middle, man? You know, who's going to be the Batman to Dexter Lawrence? And
According to y'all, it's Nacho.
hey, look.
Wait, y'all.
And then-
Wait.
It's not
and then-
Nacho.
I know. I'm saying I'm hoping. I'm saying I'm hoping.
Yeah,
But
I believe
and
there
then-
was hope there. I'm holding.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's Riley. That's what I'm hoping
Yes,
for. That's
Jordan
what I'm
Riley is
Yeah.
the answer to that. Unless
Right.
we trade for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Well,
then
go ahead, bro.
now then I was just saying, and then my concern would be, setting that edge also.
Yeah.
Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. Yeah, we know that they can rush. We know that they can
Mhm.
get to the quarterback.
Mhm.
What can they do as far as setting that edge and being aggressive there? Can they consistently do that? So
Hell yeah.
I think my answer is going to be true. A lot of that has to deal with what you said, David. I just think that we didn't bring him in to for nothing. I think he's gonna, put a defense out there that is gonna, handle that. So
And I mean, if just real quick, if we look at the talent that Joe has brought in, they have all made an impact. So
yeah,
if we can get Brian Burns to come in and do the same thing as Bobby did, we in good shape.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is
That's
a fact. All right, Jorge, on
Fellas,
you, man.
I'm gonna agree with you guys on this.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off if I did, but I'm gonna agree with you guys only for the simple fact is I wanted to say incomplete, but I'm gonna give an answer. I'm not gonna toe the line. I'm gonna say agree because I feel like Wade said, Bowen is gonna emphasize this thing. He's about to run. You saw in Hard Knocks, Dable was not having it. He's like, yo, listen, we got to get this guy here. We got to stop the run. It was obviously, we talked about this, and all Giant fans that pay attention know that Wink don't care about the run. He just want to rush the passer and play tricks with the quarterback. This is going to be a change. Whenever you make a change to a coordinator, it's usually because you want to go opposite of what you had with the previous guy.
Exactly.
So Bowen is all about pass rush, stop the run. We'll worry about the secondary later. We'll worry about all that later. But those are the two emphasis there. So I believe that there will be an improvement there. It might not be the improvement we might enjoy and hope for in the first year, but I do think it will be better than last year. No doubt in my mind.
Yes, yeah, we need that. We need that for sure. I mean, that's no secret. And like I agree 100%. We didn't make a change just to make a change.
No.
We went after a particular defensive mind.
Let's hope Jordan Riley is ready, baby.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're right.
We knock Nacho back into that rotation type of packages where he comes in, does what he does, gets in and out. But let's hope Riley wins that job in training camp. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think he will.
All right, here's our last defensive one right here, man. True or false that the Giants will have 3 Pro Bowlers on defense? The Giants will have 3 Pro Bowlers on defense. Now, I am going to go ahead and say false, right? I am going to say false. Hopefully, it's because everybody eats. I'm hoping that because I feel like this. When Dexter Lawrence said something in the interview that I was watching this week, he said that, one thing that we're trying to put emphasis on is that we rush the quarterback together.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that he said that because I
that.
was like, yo, that's right. It's a lot of people that want to eat on that defensive line, and it's easy for them to be selfish. But you have to rush together when it's that much talent. And so I think in that theme of things, there's going to be somebody who may not get all the accolades and stats that they
That is a fair
necessarily possibly can. So I'm going to stick with false that they will have 3 Pro Bowlers on defense. Y'all go ahead, man. Whoever.
I'm gonna say true.
Okay,
That's how I'm feeling about this defense.
Okay.
I'm gonna say true.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
I'm gonna tell y'all, and this is why
I'm with that.
This is why I'm saying it, because Dex is a monster. He's
That's
gonna get
already
in.
one.
Yeah, that's
He's
one.
already
That's
a
one.
monster,
That's
basically. So his rep, he's always in there anyway. Then you got Brian Burns. He's gonna come up with a chip on his shoulder. He's gonna want to prove that contract. And then you got Okereke.
Yes, sir.
Okereke. A lot of people are not talking about this guy.
Man.
Oh, that's a
Bro, I
fact.
just posted a video about this,
That's
man.
a fact. That is a
This
fact.
man is a tackling machine, and he's been one since he's been in the league. And he actually looked like he improved as a player last year with Wayne.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm looking at it like this man's got the leadership. He's gonna have that defense in his hands, calling signals under control. He's gonna get his accolades this year. My only thing is this: I think it's gonna all 3 of the Pro Bowlers are gonna come from the front 7. I don't think it'll be the secondary this year. And I'll say it like this: I think 2 of the 3 in Dex, Thibodeau, and Burns will make it, and the other one will not, based on what TP said, basically of the whole scheme and how somebody's not going to get the accolades. Somebody's going to have to sacrifice a little bit with their numbers, and it'll probably, in this league, there's a lot of great pass rushers that get in off reputation. You know how the Pro Bowl and vote and go.
Yeah.
So I think Okereke is going to be one, Dex will be the other, and one of the 2 between Burns and Tibbs will make it.
All right. I love it. That definitely made perfect sense. And I'm gonna keep it real. When I wrote the question, I had Okereke in mind. When I just answered the question, I wasn't thinking about Okereke. So you 100% right. You're 100% right. David,
He
what
gonna
you
get
got?
his due
Even
this
though,
year.
even though David, I already know what you got.
Man, I mean, I'm putting emphasis on everything Jorge said. Man, Bobby Okereke, he got snubbed last year. I mean, let's just be
big
real.
time.
That's a fact.
Big
And
time.
they heard about it too.
He, he came in and he completely changed the linebacker position for the New York Giants. I'm gonna just go ahead and define it. I think it's going to be Brian Burns and Dex. I mean, that's no shade to Kayvon, but I just don't even think it's possible to have 3 all-pro defensive linemen at one time.
All fair points.
So we're going to see. But I would say my honorable mention would probably be Banks because, like I said, man, I really think he's going to take his craft seriously. And with him being bigger, I feel like he's going to stop a lot of people at the line of scrimmage. So I feel like he could have an opportunity to make it as well.
Yes,
I agree with you, Way. And I'll even go as far as to say that if Banks has a Pro Bowl year, this defense will be top 10 before the year is over.
So how many
and on paper?
How many interceptions does he need to get in, though? Like, how many interceptions would it take?
I don't even think it's about interceptions with Banks, man.
But they definitely consider it, though. They consider it for sure.
Especially when you haven't been there before. I agree with that.
Okay. I think, man, he has some receivers, man, on this schedule. He has some receivers on the schedule. We'll probably run down, just to go over. But I think, depending on the numbers that these guys have and his performance and whatever, I think that's what it more is going to be kind of based on. You know what I mean? I think that's going to play a huge factor into, how the result of that goes.
Right.
I think you made a good point. Last year they slept on Okereke, so I do think that now they're going to make sure that they don't forget that. And with that I think they're going to pay more attention to our defense for sure.
So underrated.
And with Michael McFadden being back too,
he made McFadden a better player. Let's talk about it.
Oh my God,
for sure.
Yes.
I mean, I think they just gelled together, honestly, because I feel like McFadden was already showing that he was good. He just needed that dog around him, you know what I'm saying? So it's not all.
I call
on
him
him.
Shaq and Kobe, man. I love them side by side, man. Hey, but let's
before I'm sorry, TP.
No, go ahead.
Just to answer that question about how many interceptions you think it'll take to get him in the Pro Bowl, I think Banks' magic number will be 5, and one of them has to be a pick 6.
I was gonna say 4, but yeah,
Mm.
I think so.
Four's
But I mean,
good
it's
too.
possible.
Especially
It's
if there's
possible.
a pick 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that was another thing he brought to our defense, man, that we haven't seen in quite some time. Was he was a ball hawk, man. He was getting them picks, man, and the way he plays the ball, it's exciting, man. It's exciting.
I mean, he was going in there punching balls out, like stripping, causing havoc, and let's get into how early in the season, especially, our offense was putrid, and the defense knew every time they got on that field, hey, we got to get at least 2 or 3 turnovers a game.
Yeah, we got to make a turnover.
Yeah, we got to get our offense some short fields to have a chance in this game. And a lot of times, Okereke was in the middle of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. All right, man. Let's go ahead and move to the offense.
Yes, sir.
Saquon Lewis again says, I was thinking 5 picks for Banks too. Yes, sir, man.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Why not? Let's go ahead and go to this offense, man. I know y'all have seen the video of Daniel Jones out there, man, letting people know, look, y'all keep fucking around. I'm coming with it. And he had a little swag to him. He had that quarterback swag to. I think the leg sleeve Daniel Jones is the name that he's kind of grabbed from that video, man. What do y'all think? True or false that leg sleeve Daniel Jones will throw a career high amounts of touchdowns this season? David, I'm gonna let you go because you know what I mean. We talk about your guy.
It's true. I mean, I feel like we're gonna air it out. Like I said, man, there's not too many cornerbacks that can keep up with our wide receivers, especially in our division. So I think we're gonna be able to air it out as long as we can keep Daniel upright. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I believe you, man. Look, my thing is, it's kind of how I feel about the offensive line performance being better. My thing is, it can't get any worse. You know, I mean, especially with the talent. And when I say that respectfully because I don't think it's Daniel Jones' issue, but I do think that Daniel Jones, man, we about to see somebody, man. We about to see somebody shake the league up because I don't think people understand the receiving core that we have, that we end up putting together.
So much talent in that receiver core, man. So much talent. I just don't want to see it waste. Please, man. Daniel. Just get it right.
I'm telling you right now, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm putting this on record. Y'all know we said this last episode. I'm a Daniel Jones guy. If that offensive line even does okay, like I'm not talking good, I'm not talking great. If they do okay, and Daniel Jones doesn't have a high good or great year, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed at DJ, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I'm bold and confident on how I defend Daniel Jones. So don't make me look bad. You know what I mean? Like, hold me down.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. I mean, I don't think anyone is expected for it to be perfect, but I mean, he definitely needs just a little bit more time. And I mean, part of that is sometimes he got to create time. So hopefully, he got to be smart with his legs and use his legs because, that's a big part of his game. Like,
that's his game.
He has to make teams honor his legs. And that's just once he does that, man.
Well, fellas, y'all know how I feel about DJ, And I'm gonna have to be who I am about it. And before I say this, trust me, I hope you guys are right, and I hope he does have that kind of year that we expect him to have because we need it. And if he does, and what I'm counting on from this defense this year, if he is who we want him to be and who you guys believe he will be, we will be a playoff team. So I look at it like this. I'm going to just say false for now, only because the knee injury. and the offensive line questions. The offensive line has to protect them. That's obvious. It's been bad, and no quarterback's going to really do great with it with something like that. But
No.
he needs that protection. Also, coming off that knee injury, how healthy is Jones? We don't know that yet. We won't know until we see him week 1. There was talk even in Hard Knocks. They didn't know if he was going to be ready for week 1. It looks like right now he's on track. That's good.
Yeah.
But how do we know he isn't just because, let's be honest, he's a tough dude. Much respect. He's always been a tough dude. He's a tough guy. So when you have an ACL injury with a quarterback that depends on the run, a part of his game, the way DJ depends on his running ability, it might take a few weeks for him to feel himself. So the offensive line definitely is a big factor in that. So what I'm hoping for is this. Eventually keep improving. He'll trust the knee. Eventually, as weeks go by, the offensive line does their job, and we'll air it out and become a better offense gradually every week, because that's what we need. The talent is there. There's no more excuses with these weapons. He's got it all in front of him. He's got it all.
Jorge,
25 touchdowns, 4,000 yards. That's what I'm expecting. And I think eventually, if he trusts that knee and Dable calling plays, is the biggest factor for me. Because Brian Dable had him a better quarterback in 2022, especially in the second half of that season. So let's hope it get there. So for now, I'll say false, but hopefully it'll get there. Let's see.
Hey, listen, you brought up a great point, and I'm gonna say this, man. When that highlight video came out that I was just talking about, that he posted on Instagram, I'm gonna say I love the messaging. That's what I appreciated about the video. Because it was basically like Daniel Jones put it out there to let people know, like, I'm in a lab, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. But if you really wanna impress me, put out a video of him running full speed or making some cuts on that leg.
Right.
Then I'll be like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Those ACL injuries are tricky, man. Especially
that's a fact.
For people that run as much as he does, a running back, receiver, whatever. So and especially coming from a quarterback, Jones has not really shown he is a elite passer yet, consistently yet, without running being a part of what he is. There's factors why, but it just the facts are the facts. Those are what it is. So let's hope the offensive line does the job and he eventually keeps building that up and gets confidence in that knee, because let's be honest, man, especially the way he got hit last year, he might not feel confident in those first couple of big hits he takes during the season. We got to hope he eventually trusts the knee and get there.
Listen, I think Daniel Jones can make every throw on the field. You know what I mean? I think that Danny Dimes' name is fitting for Daniel Jones for sure. But again, you made some great points, and I can't even argue them, man. I can't because I do feel that way. A huge part of his game is hurting him on that run, man, and
big time.
We can't ignore the injury factor to it.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. So
yeah. But I mean, I feel like just to go just a little bit in depth with that, I feel like that's why scheme is so important, and that's why we have players like Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors, those people that can get off the line real quickly, so where the ball is out of his hands and where we can build that confidence, and so where if he wants to pull it and go, they're not even expecting it. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a lot that has to come, or it's a lot that has to work for him to be successful.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
No doubt about it. And also Brian Dable, knowing that he doesn't have 26 to hand it off to protect Daniel a bit.
Well, I don't know if there was
his play calling from him. His and when I say protecting, because let's be honest, Saquon was the offense the last few years, but when I say protecting, as not calling so many of those, quarterback runs and stuff like that early in the season when you got 26 back there. Mm-hmm. Well, Singletary, he has talent. He's a solid back, but he's not Saquon at this point. We can't say that. So let's see what Dable cook up, baby.
They have the same exact yards.
I wanna argue that point, because that is a point that someone makes. Everyone says that Saquon was our offense the past 2 years. Now, of course, last year, that goes without saying. But 2022, I want to argue that Daniel Jones was just as much our offense as Saquon.
I would say late in the year, definitely.
And in 2022, Daniel Jones had a lot of wide receivers drop balls. Like that's like the crazy part that people do not talk about. Like I don't. Do you guys remember that play that Richie James had when he was running up the sideline and it was a touchdown versus the Eagles and he dropped it? Like
yes.
Shit, I remember Evan Ingram doing that to him too.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Bro, Daniel Jones, he can only throw it. He can't catch it.
Yes, man. Yeah. And then you just got to factor in.
Wasn't good in 2022, no doubt about it. It wasn't. It wasn't real strong. I mean, Darius Slayton was on the bench to start training camp, and he eventually was their number one receiver as the season went on. So you're right about that.
So our next one is yours truly about Malik Neighbors.
Oh yeah.
Is it true or false that Malik Neighbors will be the most impactful receiver out of his draft class? You know, you got the Adunzes, the Marvin Harrison Jr.'s, and so Xavier Worthy's, whoever. Do we believe that Malik Neighbors will be the most impactful receiver out of his draft class? I am going to go ahead and say easy true. Easy true. I think that especially after watching some of the language in the particulars of that we've seen on Hard Knocks, I think that our coaching staff has made it clear that we brought him here for a reason. We drafted him after Malik Neighbors saying that, listen, I want and expect the ball in my hands. We drafted him after hearing him say that. So to know that, I would just assume and believe that we believe he is our playmaker and we want to put the ball in his hands. So I think as talent is concerned, I think he is up there with the best of them, you know, and especially this new era of football, we have seen receivers just change this game, man. We have seen receivers from each class just dominate. And particularly LSU receivers at that. So I just think it's all lined up for Malik Neighbors to say true. He will be the most impactful. Jorge, what you got?
I'm going to say this. I 100% agree with you, brother. 100%.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because even though there's a young man in Arizona named Marvin Harrison Jr. who I think is a dog. Dog.
I agree.
I believe that Neighbors is going to have a little bit more impact only because Brian Daboll knows that they drafted this kid high. He wanted him. They're getting him the ball. They're going to get him the ball on first down, second down, third down. And it's going to be most of the plays they're calling for that kid. In Arizona, I think Harrison Jr. is going to get his. Kyler Murray, he does what he does. He's going to run a lot. You know, running is a part of what he does too. So the numbers might not reflect the same as Neighbors because Neighbors is going to get more targets, in my opinion. And also, I think that the Giants have the better defense than Arizona does on paper. You know, so there's going to be a lot of games where going to be some tight games where they can win, and Neighbors is going to get that ball in big spots, and when those big spots he delivers, he's going to get most of the accolades and the praise more than Harrison Jr. because Arizona's going to be in a division where they're going to have to throw it and they're going to be playing better teams. So my whole thing is this. I think based on Brian Daboll's coaching, he's finally got that number one receiver he's craved, okay? He's going to get that kid the ball all the time. And Neighbors' run after catch ability is second to none. People keep forgetting. But everyone was thinking that maybe Neighbors might be the best receiver in this draft going into the draft. Including with even though Harrison Jr. is who he is. So it's a matter of taste. It's a matter of ice cream flavor you prefer. You know? And
That's a fact.
and the rackability is a big part of what Brian Dable wants out of his receivers in his
Yeah.
offense. That
Yeah.
kid gonna eat. You wait and see. I predict at least 1,100 yards, 80 catches, and I'm saying it right now, 10 touchdowns. Put it down. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Hey, y'all heard the man. Y'all heard the man.
Ladies and
Y'all heard
gentlemen,
him.
this is giant energy, baby.
Man,
This is giant energy. Let's
There's
go.
no Saquon getting 300 carries back there either. They throwing
You're
that
right.
ball, baby.
Yes, sir.
You're right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm just gonna wait and see. I just want to be in awe. Like I'm not gonna put nothing out there. I just want to wait and see because like I said, I believe that they have brought in a lot of talent, and every single person that they brought in has showed out, except for Neil.
Hold on, real
I
quick.
just-
Is that a
go ahead.
false? Is this
It's
a
what?
false? Is this a true? Or
Hey, I
false?
mean, if we got to go that way, I'm gonna say, I gotta say,
Sound like you leaning false, baby.
I don't want to say false because I'm not saying nothing though. All right, I'm gonna say false. I'm gonna say false, but with the contingency of the whole season. So
Fair.
that's what I'm gonna say.
That's
That's
fair,
what I'm
brother.
gonna say.
That's fair, brother. That's
I
fair.
just wanna see it. I just can't wait to see
I
it.
feel you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if we don't see it, then we got to look at the quarterback again. And that's a conversation. for
How is
another
that
day.
his fault?
Yo, you gotta feed. You
Can't
gotta
catch it.
feed the
Can't-
guy.
Can't throw it to himself, baby.
You gotta feed the guy, man.
Got to feed him.
You
He's
know
the
what I mean?
sixth pick. He's the sixth pick overall in the NFL draft, bro.
I mean, I feel that.
Like
Hey,
they
look,
passed on a quarterback because they wanted him.
Yes,
Well,
man.
they didn't-
The
Yes.
first thing you got to catch it though. Let's just put that out there. Even though we,
But,
we
look,
got
man,
to
I'ma
catch
say
it
this.
first.
I'm gonna say this.
Facts.
I'm gonna say this. I don't believe that Malik Neighbors is gonna have any problem doing these two things: getting open and catching the ball.
Facts.
So there's only going to be one
hope
person.
so.
You know, but yeah, that's just the other side of it. I don't think it's going to happen. I said my piece, but I'm with Jorge. He don't get the ball, and you know, he's not the guy. He's not the Malik Neighbors that we are expecting to see. The fault got to be either Daniel Jones or
injury.
line, or offensive
Something.
line. It's something.
Yeah, being a
Something.
quarterback is crazy, dog.
Yo, it's your job. It's your job to feed the guy, man.
I'm agreeing with y'all. I just want y'all to know I am agreeing with y'all. It's just that's just so crazy, man.
Yo, honestly,
Wait,
hate
I got nothing but love for you, Way. But at the end of the day, sorry, TP, I got none love for you, Way, and I respect your Jones backing him. I respect it, but at the end of the day, this isn't two rookies coming in, quarterback rookie, receiver,
absolutely
he's 6
correct.
year, and he's got to get him that ball, baby.
Yep,
He's got
and
to.
I agree with that 100%.
Brian Dable's calling those plays. We can't blame Kafka no more, baby. It's
agree
got to
with you.
come from him.
Hey, I agree
I
with
hope,
you,
I
brother.
hope so, man. Because man, if we do that, I really feel like we a playoff team. Because this defense is gonna show out our respect. I'm telling you,
We're
I feel
going
it.
to the playoffs, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying it. We going to the playoffs. We don't even have
Right,
to worry
baby.
about it. We
Talk
going.
it.
Trust me. Trust me.
I love it, man. I'm with it. All right, listen, this is our last one right here, man. This is our last one right here. Our receiving core will produce one Pro Bowler. Our receiving core will produce one
That's
Pro Bowler. David, I'm gonna start with you. Then Jorge, you got next, and then I'll.
If that happens, Daniel Jones has to be a Pro Bowler. I'm gonna say that. If that happens, Daniel Jones has to be a Pro Bowler. You can't tell me nothing else.
Yo, honestly, I don't see a world where Daniel Jones is gonna be a Pro Bowler. I don't care what type of season he has. I don't care what type of season he has, yo. He could have a no, and I'm not even saying.
He
saying
gives
it's
up
gonna
them
be
30
because-
touchdowns and 4,500 yards. He'll be a Pro Bowler.
Listen, I'm not even saying because of his play. I just think that the hate is so real. I just don't see it happening, yo.
Oh, the reputation, yeah.
I mean, if that's
I
the
got
case, then the Pro Bowl is irrelevant for everybody because then it's just a popularity show. If the results.
In some cases, we just named Bobby Okereke. We know damn well he should have been in there.
Exactly.
So I mean, in some cases, I mean, Hey,
Sometimes they choose these Pro Bowl, like Pro Bowl voting is a fan thing. I don't even care about none of that because that's just fan stuff in the ballot.
you right.
But when the coaches and those other components get into voting and they don't vote you in, it's because they're factoring either they're trying to help their guy that they want to help, or they're judging on win-loss record, which to me sometimes is a little dicey. You can't do that.
I mean, if we got a Pro Bowl wide receiver, we have to be winning.
Well, we got a Pro Bowl wide receiver. We better be in the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now.
Like, I mean, it's just like what creates a Pro Bowl wide receiver? So, I mean, if we look at that and the benefits of having a Pro Bowl wide receiver, we have to be winning.
Right. No doubt about it. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say false, only because there's just so many great receivers on better offenses and teams that get in all the time because they got around the same numbers every year. And I look at it, who we have: Jalen Hyatt, second year; Wandell, third year, and we got a rookie receiver. To me, the guy that has the better chance to make it is Neighbors because of his ability he has. That's asking a lot from a rookie receiver to make Pro Bowl first year, unless he's Odell Beckham Jr. in his rookie. It just is what it is.
He don't even have to be him. Just be you, my boy. No. Be you. Be everything that we drafted you for. That's
right. And that is damn sure good enough.
Yes, sir. Hey, matter of fact, I lied. I got one more. I didn't write this one down, but this is something I was thinking about early. My last true or false one is Evan Neal will have his breakout year. Now, let me just
I'm not even gonna hate on bro.
Let me just start saying false. I'm gonna say false for the simple fact that Evan Neal, I feel like you was on your last leg games ago. You had I've given him so many chances to prove people wrong. I'm one of those guys that I love for the underdog to show people. And Evan Neal, I even hate to have to speak like this, man, but he is trash, man. He is trash.
No doubt about it.
And I will go on the line and say I gave up on him, man. I gave up on him. I'm rooting for him, but I'm just telling you where I stand right now, man. Especially with him, and they say he's injured still, so whatever. I mean, I'm forced to believe that. But especially with him ending practice a little early and not sticking it out, I'm pissed. I'm pissed at him right now, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and say false.
I'm gonna go ahead and just go TBD, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go TBD. I really want to choose which one, and this is the only reason why I'm gonna say. Well, two reasons why I'm gonna say TBD, to be decided. This is it for him. That's number one. This is it. Like, there's no, and we're not giving him 17 weeks. It's gotta come early. And it's gotta come fast. I think Way mentioned this last week too, and he's dead on that. Dead on that. 2 games max. Okay, especially when you got a quarterback coming off an ACL injury. We ain't got time for that garbage. So, I think Bobby Johnson is a freaking fraud. Okay, and I am so glad he is off my football team. He didn't coach. He didn't do nothing. I never saw not one offensive lineman get better under his tutelage. So that gives me hope. That gives me, not even Andrew Thomas got better under him. What does that tell you? So I look at it like this. Bobby Johnson not being there, Bracoli's reputation as being a good offensive line coach gives me a glimmer of hope that he can actually save Evan Neal. Okay, because coaching, especially for young offensive linemen, really does matter, especially when they're playing in the NFL. You got guys, you're not going to dominate an accountant every week, a future accountant, a future UPS delivery truck boy, and like you would in college every week. You're playing the top athletes in the world. These defensive players now, these pass rushers are as fast as receivers now. So sometimes it take a little time, and technique and those things, we all know that. I'm not going to bore y'all with that. But at the end of the day, this is his last chance. And also, another thing is he better at a guard spot?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the
That's
last option. But the thing about that part is the Giants really don't have time to figure that out. If you're not going to
Yeah.
play him at guard in training camp, you can't
Right.
do it in the regular season when you haven't
Right.
done it at all.
I mean,
That's how I feel.
2-week
think
minimum, like Wade said.
just my little insight, just because I played ball, you know what I'm saying, and I played on offensive, defensive line, and personally, it's definitely easier to be plugged in at guard than at tackle. So I think if he don't do what he's supposed to do, they need to make the move right away, just so either my man Luminor can go or Runyon. But I feel like once he's in between two people, I feel like he's gonna be fine. I mean. The biggest thing for Neal is I just feel like he's too bottom heavy, and I'm really talking about like his physique. Like
That
his
lateral
bottom half
on that edge ain't good, man.
His bottom half looks like that meme from freaking SpongeBob when Squidward ate all them damn hamburgers. Like that's how he looks. So I feel like if he just slammed down a little bit, he would be quicker on his feet to where he's not lunging so much. But we'll see what.
I think there was reports saying that he came to camp looking a little more slim.
I hope so. You need to lean out for sure.
That lateral quickness on the edge, on the bends, man, from the pass rushes is the issue that gives him trouble. And when he knows that he's getting beat every time, then he wants to overcommit. What happens? They hit him with them stunts, and he's cooked. So let's just hope he's learned from that. Bricolli, who's a good offensive line coach, can help him out with that. Because I really don't think if he is a guard, it won't be as a Giant, because they're not going to just roll the dice and throw him out there like that unless they're starting him from camp from the beginning. So we'll see.
I agree with you, man. So listen, before we get up out of here, man, I just wanted to just address the state of where Giants fans are right now. I think all around the board, man, we got the believers and we have the non-believers. Right now, everybody is, I was looking at Big Dash Knows. He put a video out, and I love the way he worded it, because he said, basically Giants fans are at war right now. And I definitely feel that type of energy, because
it's there.
Everybody, you have that side of the fan base that is just like, look, man, we've been here before. I don't believe in this team, and then you have that side of the fan base that is like, whoa. No, we haven't been here before. We there's a different energy that I'm feeling going into the season, and I believe. And, nobody really likes to play the waiting game. The waiting game is a horrible game when it comes to football. And so right now, everybody is just getting out their opinions, their feelings. We had a busy off season. And so right now there's just a lot to speak about. Before we go, I just want to hear y'all both, man. Just a message to the Giants fans, man, on where you stand and kind of just where you believe, everybody should kind of be at. I personally, I'm all about one band, one sound type mindset. So I want us all to at least have some pride. At least have some pride. You don't have to believe in the same things I believe in, but I expect Giants fans to rep no matter where you go. So, David, I'll let you take it. Jorge, you'll finish it off, and we'll go ahead, man, and wrap it up on that.
So pretty much what I'm gonna say is just, hey, believe what your eyes see on film. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter like what your opinion is, if Daniel Jones plays good or the defensive line ain't that good, we just have to recognize it and see for what it is, and we just can't make no excuses. So I'm just gonna say, just be patient. They gonna try and figure it out, and we just gotta wait to see what product we gonna get and go from there. We got a whole new regime, so it really you shouldn't have no expectations, because we really don't know. I mean, we just gotta see.
Right.
Go ahead. On you.
Well, I'm just gonna say that as a Giant fan, as long as I've been a Giant fan, I've seen the ups, I've seen downs, I've seen the greatest times, and I've seen some damn sure bad ones. Right now,
Sure.
we in a down period right now because we're figuring it out. But I do feel like we are on the upswing. I do because the roster is getting better. I believe in this regime. I believe in Shane. I believe in the vision he has, and I like Brian Dable as a coach. You know, I look at it like this: we are good quarterback play away from becoming a playoff team. Good
That's
quarterback play away. Now, is it Daniel Jones? We will find that out this year. Some people are divided on it. You know, when you look at social media, you see it's if you talk truth about Daniel Jones, you're anti. You don't know what you're talking about. You just hey, if you praise Daniel Jones, you're not realistic. You're not this. It has to be a common medium in the middle of things, realistic stuff. We all want the same things. We all want to win. Let's see what happens this year. It's gonna take time. It's proven that. One of the worst things that happened, and well, it's a great thing that happened because we made the playoffs 2022 and won a playoff game. It was a fun ride, but also it kind of like messed up people's expectations of where the organization was and is at currently.
Yeah.
We're on the way up. We got to be patient. We're good quarterback play away, fellas. We're good quarterback play away, and we are on the upswing. Let's give it time. Let's go, baby.
I'm with you. Look, speaking of Big Dash, man, he says we all in the car together, fellas. Seatbelts on. That's it. That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, man. None of that. I hate I'm gonna hate on the Giants because I want to be right more than I want to win. I can't stand that. I can't stand fans like that. You know, we all want the same thing to win. There's nothing wrong with being realistic about your team, but let's not root against our team either. Just to be right, so you can say, "Aha! I told you." Nah, let's win, baby.
I'm gonna tell you what I love, what I hear from you. I love when you were speaking on Daniel Jones. The first thing you said was, "Listen, I hope I'm wrong.
Right.
I hope I'm wrong." And that's so real, man. And that's
it,
just the mindset that I just don't understand. If you don't have that mindset, I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Giants salute, Mosley. What's good, man? Thank you for tuning in, brother. But yeah, I just don't get it, man. Also, something that just popped in my head, man, because usually when something happens during the week, I'll be forgetting to hit y'all up to talk about it because I'll be waiting till we record. But just what is y'all temperature like, man, when it comes to this Saquon thing? I made a video saying, look, I'm done talking about this now because it's over with. He's an official Eagle.
He the op.
We can't. Yo, all right. So that's basically what I wanted to know. Like, yo,
you could have went Saquon. Listen to me, Saquon. You listening, brother? If you catch this channel, Saquon, hear me out on this. I supported you, bro. I was out there cheering for you, bro. And I even have a 26 jersey with your name in the back of it. But you the ops. You could have went anywhere. You could have went anywhere. You went to any team, any player that goes to Philly, Dallas, especially those two teams, Washington, Niners for me. Y'all know how I feel about the Niners. I'm OG.
Yeah.
You go to those teams, you're dead to me, bro. You're dead to me. You are. There's no way that I'm going to be at MetLife happy you running 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on my squad. No,
That's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
that's not gonna happen.
Obviously, Hard Knocks is exposing that he was done with the Giants, and Shane had his price. He was kind of done with him too, because he knew what he was looking for. He tried to pay him in 2022. They turned it down, thought they were going to get C-Mag money. It didn't work out. You could clearly see in that conversation on there that Saquon was done with us. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you the ops. I hope you get shut down, and I will be cheering like hell every time the Eagles play for an L.
He got to deal with big 9-7 in the middle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
gonna give him one of those. He's gonna give him one of those practice hits. He couldn't, one of those that he couldn't really do because they ain't want him to do that, but Dex got it.
And
Hey,
the
listen.
biggest, hold on, real quick, just
No,
on that,
go
just
ahead. Rock.
the greatest thing about this, like, out of all the teams that know Saquon the best, it's us. So what you mean? Like, I feel like we should know how to stop him. We know all his strengths, we know all his weaknesses, we know his cues, his tendencies, everything. So
Everything.
I feel
Everything.
like he shouldn't be able to do nothing with us as long as our defensive line come, and show up, man.
I need to see one of those 10 carry minus 6 yard kind of performances when I see him at MetLife. I need just one of those.
Yeah.
He's gonna run right
what I
into their
mean?
linemen's backs like he's always has.
Yes.
Big Dash
Everybody
says.
stay signed. Stay in that gap, baby.
Big Dash says that's a fact. He a op now. Hey, listen.
Facts, Dash.
Listen, I know I don't expect y'all to agree with me on this, man. I understand because I'm mentally a little off, right? So y'all don't even have to react to this. I'm just giving this to the people right here, man. I've said this before, but this is for the people who haven't heard me say this. When you say that, Saquon Barkley give me that 10 carry, yard thing, that's exactly how I feel about Saquon Barkley. Don't change. Be the Saquon Barkley that you've always been. So
exactly.
Keep thinking
Exactly.
you get them hits.
So look.
Exactly.
If you get hurt, don't expect me to have a 10. All right. Don't expect me to feel bad, bro. I'm just not that guy. I'm not wishing hurt on you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying
we not.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I hope Saquon get hurt. No, I'm not saying that. But if you do go down, don't expect me to be like, oh man, I don't feel that way.
I'm gonna be cheering in my section. I'm gonna be in my section like, oh, he hurt.
I'm sorry,
That's
man.
too bad. That's
I'm
too bad.
sorry, man.
That's too bad. And I hope when we play them, like that's the most physical game that we play. Both of those games. I'm talking about. I hope we send in blitzes to make him step up. To try and protect. And I hope my man Isaiah Simmons just run through his chest, like for real. Like
listen, I'm telling
I'm gonna
you,
need Okereke hitting with one of them Tyson punches. I'll get that
real.
ball right out.
Listen,
and I want Dex to catch him so bad. Oh my God.
This is the thing, right? I'm telling y'all this, right? Mark my words. They're still the players are still cool with Saquon, right? They're gonna show love. After the game, they're gonna dap him up and bro hug and all that other good stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But I promise you, low key, they are pissed.
Oh yeah,
like
they're gonna get on his ass.
They are like everybody's talking about how Saquon is gonna play the Giants, bro. Mm-hmm. The Giants are gonna play Saquon away too.
Yeah,
and we already know how that week is gonna go. They're gonna have so much attention. They're gonna talk about this game all week. They're going to hype it up. They're going to soup it up. They're going to keep showing Saquon all game, show his facial expressions. They're going to interview him, all that good stuff. I promise you, the Giants are going to get sick and tired of that. And they already tired of the fact that y'all think that Saquon is the whole team, that y'all can't win without him. Yep. Best believe y'all going to get a heavy Giants team.
Do they really think that they're going to put all this business out on Hard Knocks and Dable, Bowen, and Shane ain't like, listen, we put out too much out there. We can't have this. We can't have it. That game, we need to do this to him.
Listen, if I'm a head coach and I'm in that locker room, I'm addressing the team like, listen, I'm gonna play the mental game with them. I'm gonna be like, listen, we still love Saquon. I know y'all still. No, listen,
we're not leading with that.
Listen, let me tell you why. Because he still knows that they are still friends. That's why the players are not going to, all of them are not going to feel the same way we feel.
Fuck that.
They're still going to get invites to the baby showers and weddings and all that good stuff when it's all said and done. But this is the mind game. Coach Dable need to get up there and just say, listen, I love Saquon. Even though he probably don't even feel that way, just get up there and say, look, I love Saquon. And I understand that, he was a big part of this team. But I want y'all to get the respect that y'all deserve. They think y'all can't win without Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
They think that there is not a New York Giant team without Saquon Barkley. And if you know, like I know, you're gonna put that shit to bed tonight or today because we playing at 1, and we're gonna handle biz.
There
And
you
I
go.
guarantee that locker room is gonna get fired up, and they're gonna
They're
bring
gonna
it
be
to
ready.
them.
So
And
I'm
they're
with
gonna
you.
bring it to them.
I'm with you, but I feel like, man, that's the conversation we have week 1 because I mean, if we lose versus the Vikings, it's gonna be it's because Saquon. But like this, you already know what it's gonna be. Like you already know what it's gonna be. So I feel like week 1 we need to have that exact attitude. Go out there and show them boys what we can do. Saquon is not a Giant no more. So
Giants need to win those first 2 games in general with that schedule they have anyway. So they need to put that out week 1, training camp, put it on the bulletin board, put it next to the bathroom when they taking a shit. I don't give a damn. Make sure it's in here by the time they line up.
Listen, the thing about week 1 too is I try to remind people every year, man, because a lot of times when people do schedule predictions and things of that nature, they base it off of the best New York Giant team going against the best Viking team. And we have to remember that week 1, there's going to be a lot of rust on that field. Maybe. You know, there's going to be some rust. And, you know, so I will be super happy with an ugly win. You give me an ugly win, I'll take it.
A dub, baby.
A dub is a dub.
I think it's going to be an easy dub. I'm just being honest because we're going against Sam Darnold or J.J. McCarthy.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I got us getting a win. I got us getting a win.
At home, you got to.
I know people. Listen, I know people are looking at me and they probably looking at David. They probably saying, "Listen, you know, I don't know why y'all are on this big ass high horse. Like, I don't know why y'all so confident, right?" But okay,
I'm a delusional fan.
Look, I understand I understand why you may think that, right? And I go far, but I'm not going to jump off the ledge to where I call any team an easy win because I don't think we have deserved that yet. We got to earn the right, you know what I mean, to say easy. So I'm not going to – I think we're going to win. Don't get me wrong. I definitely think we're going to win.
Easy dub.
I'm not going to throw that out there. We don't deserve that yet. We got to show that. We got to show that. Because look,
we'll
I'm telling you right now,
again by week 1
right now, every team right now, they got us as an easy win.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Easy dub because we not that team. We are not that team from last year. That's what people fail to realize. We are not that team. We are a total different team. So easy dub for us.
Let's go do it.
I'm with you. Listen, on that note, man, we're going to go ahead and call it a show, man. Thank each and every one of y'all that have tuned in.
Sir, respect.
And the ones that will watch later, thank you for rocking with us, man. Please make sure that you do your due diligence and subscribe to these 2 gentlemen, man. The Giant Way and Born for Sports, man. Born for Sports and the Giant Way. You don't want to miss it. Like I said, like I promised y'all, we are going to be dishing out some dope New York Giant content. This is what it is, man. This is what it is. This is the type of energy that we're going to be bringing out. And so we need y'all to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on this, man. So, fellas, any closing words?
Go Giants.
Hey, let's go Giants, baby. Training camp creeping every day closer. Let's get it. Let's get these position battles going. And Hard Knocks is Tuesday. Think I'll be ready for that too.
Yeah. There we go. Hard Knocks is definitely doing a great job, man. Definitely doing a great job. So on that note, man, giant salute to each and every one of you, man. Thank you. And until next time.
Good show, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Good show, fellas.